All right, everyone, welcome back to the Land of Chem. I am your host and the author. My name is Jeffrey Drum. Thank you all so much for joining me again. All right, everyone, welcome back. This is Sunday Site Visit 68, and today we search for evidence revealing the function of the massive structures covering the northwestern side of the Giza plateau and begin a quest to investigate the mastaba of the architect of the Great Pyramid, Hemiunu. If this is the type of content you're interested in regarding the ancient technology of a lost civilization utilizing physics and chemistry, and the function of the Egyptian pyramids and other ancient structures from across the world, this is the channel for you, so please subscribe to the Land of Chem here on YouTube, and don't forget to click that little notification bell so that you do not miss the new episodes that premiere twice per week. Please like, comment, share, and stay tuned if you want to help support this channel and get access to exclusive research and unreleased footage that you will not see anywhere else. Check out the Land of Chem members only channel and thelandofchem.com if you want to pick up a copy of the book or grab some merch. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is @thelandofchem. Also, don't forget, after you finish watching this video, please go subscribe to our two new channels here on YouTube, Egyptian Trash Cats, for all you cat lovers out there, and Egypt Eats for Food Reviews. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you all so much for the support. I think that is it for today's intro. So without further ado, let's get right to it. And just a quick reminder, the second 2024 Land of Chem Ancient Alchemy and Ascension Tour is on, and a few bookings are still available. If you are interested in coming to Egypt to see the pyramids for yourself, including special permission access to Abu Sir and a private entry into all three chambers of the Great Pyramid of Giza at night during this epic adventure experience coming up in early winter later this year, please send me an email to contact@thelandofchem.com with the subject line Egypt Tour 3, and I will send you the full tour itinerary and pricing details. Thank you all so much, and I will see you soon here in the Land of Chem. All right, everyone, here we go with tonight's episode. Now, to begin, here is the area of interest that we explored in today's site expedition, known as the Western Field. This image coming from the same Mark Lehner excerpt entitled Giza Plateau, describing the nomenclature and numerical designation system for the structures covering the area. And our mission today was to find this structure here, G4000, the mastaba of Hemiunu. And our path for today started here at the main plateau gate, walking up in this direction toward the Great Pyramid to investigate this huge channel, the iron veins terminating into this area, and the shaft systems running below this temple area here. We then walked around this corner, but were redirected, so then we walked south, up this way, around this corner, and into the Western Field, where we traversed the area, discovering numerous anomalies along the way until we reached the mastaba of Hemiunu over here, with its beautiful intact casing stones. We then walked around this corner and out of the area through the massive enclosure wall that once surrounded this area over here. And just so you can see what he looks like, here is old Big Titty Hemiunu himself, the supposed architect of the Great Pyramid. And there is a lot to unpack from today's expedition that will require further research and on-site investigation. So consider this a preview of things to come. And now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I hope you enjoy Sunday Site Visit 68, a quest for the architect of the Great Pyramid. All right, everyone, welcome back. And today we're resuming our expedition on the Giza Plateau. But today is all about Alexa. She wanted to explore this area over here to the west of the Great Pyramid known as the Western Cemetery. So I've never had a chance to explore this area, and we're going to investigate to see if we can find any indications of the function of this area. And I'm starting here on the northwestern corner of the Great Pyramid at the termination of a huge iron vein. So there's huge deposit of very melted looking iron oxide down in through this area, and I can see the vein running through here. It's an interesting channel running through this area, kind of connected into these two pits. Obviously they're running modern pipes and cables through this, but I don't think that this is a modern channel. And I can see more reddish brown material here leading directly into this area. Looking down here, there's more of the vein here. And more of a termination of a vein running down through here, and you can see how black it gets at the tail end here. My wife, Alexa, from Ancient Odysseys.
Assalamu alaikum, world.
So we're just gonna follow her today.
Oh.
You lead the way.
All right. I want to explore the west side of the Great Pyramid today.
Yep.
Maybe we'll find Hemiunu.
Yeah, so the mastaba of Hemiunu is located in this area. And correct me if I'm wrong, Alexa, but Hemiunu was the architect of the Great Pyramid.
That's right, that's how
according to the conventional story. And I'll put in a picture of this guy so you can see his big floppy titties.
He's voluptuous.
Yeah.
Big titties McGee.
So we know that this mastaba is over in this area from our previous Sunday site visit down into the Tomb of the Birds, and we had to traverse the entire western, man, it's a deep shaft heading down in this area. There's a bunch of shafts and pits along this area. Hey. And all of these are vein terminations here. Yep. And this section looking very much like the opening of a pyramid shaft, descending passage leading down into, I'm sure, what they would call another area of a burial. Yeah, this is a huge melted, you could see this material here. This is all that metal oxide, lots of it down through this area.
Hello, good beer, holy man.
Shukran.
Come from?
Anam and Masr.
Don't must.
Again, northwestern corner of the Great Pyramid here. We recently investigated and documented all of the iron oxide veins that permeate the bedrock through this entire area.
Good cigar you have.
Aywa.
You're a good man.
Shukran, Sadiq.
Holy man. Mr. Alex is said to become. No. Just the foot of the sun. Michael Jackson. Said that the camel was a good man. Holy man.
And we have some reconstructed temple facades here. So this temple structure here is sitting on top of, this was the shaft that we were just looking at that descends down into the bedrock, and we have the termination of all these veins leading into this quote-unquote temple area. I do like the term temple because these certainly were sacred areas and sacred sites. But I think they were also functional. And the term temple is usually just applied as a nondescript, pseudo-religious, vague interpretation for areas for which they have no explanation of the function. صديقي لا والله كويس. صديقي ازيك؟
عامل ايه؟
كله كويس شكرا. انا بروح هنا.
That here is not allowed inside here.
اوكي
You understand?
ايوه Kolokwae, shukran. And it appears there's an archaeological site here. I can see they set posts in the ground so that they can grid mark all of the areas during archaeological excavations. And I know that there's been some ongoing work on both the eastern side and western side of the Great Pyramid. This whole area is covered in mastaba structures. Shukran. There's all sorts of bedrock shafts going down into these areas. And as you just heard, the area that we're trying to get to is technically closed, but we'll see what we can do. As always, I'm going to take a moment here in the shade and let Alexa get caught up. This is a pretty interesting little area, and it has my attention as it appears to be on top of a convergence of a number of underground shaft and passage systems and several veins of our iron ore and conductive metal mineral deposits. So as I mentioned in last week's Sunday site visit, any areas where we see these veins left intact, in my opinion, are functional areas of the plateau, as the structures are connected into the electrical current distribution network through these conductive metal mineral veins. And just walking over here, I mean, this is all stained red in through here. Again, that iron oxide. With the red most likely being hematite. And remember that iron oxide itself is not a conductor. It is an exceptional dielectric material. Mishai Susan, Shan, shukra. La'a. صديقي أنا من مصر، أنا بعيش هنا. However, as we know, I'm continuing my thought there about iron oxide being a dielectric material. These materials do turn into conductors when the voltage of the electric current being applied exceeds the dielectric capacity of the material, dielectric breakdown.
turning the material into a conductor. But in these veins, we also have directly conductive metals. It's a huge piece of iron deposit here. And this area is all just bedrock foundation here on the western side. But we do have conductive metals in these veins, gold and silver, that according to the concentrations and the purities shown in the chemical analysis, it's a nice little deposit here, would have served as extremely good conductors of electricity. Over here I could see a pretty interesting outcrop that has my attention. Here's a real blackened area. Interesting channel here. That may just be a walkway like this. And this area here is teeming. This is all big vein deposits in through here. This outcrop of bedrock here, this is all black and red shaded material here. Yeah, there would have been a big vein running in through here.
Look at all the fossils.
Yeah, this chunk of bedrock is teeming with little shell fossils. And you can see here some quarry marks where they were quarrying blocks out of this area. So one point I want to clarify about the construction of the Egyptian pyramids is that these core limestone blocks were quarried here on the Giza plateau. They are local Giza limestone. So for example, when they were leveling the bedrock here to prepare the foundation of the pyramid, they were quarrying those blocks and moving them directly into the body of the pyramid. The exact same thing can be seen in the quarry surrounding the central pyramid that we've also investigated and documented that quarry area. And then in episode 134, I also discussed the Menkaura quarry, where they were quarrying blocks directly from the limestone of the Giza plateau and then moving them into the body of the final pyramid. But as I've also mentioned, it appears that they were very meticulous and precise in leaving these veins intact. You see there was another huge vein that ran through here. So they quarried it down to a level that would maintain the integrity of all of the veins coming out of the core. Of course, that core of bedrock also being permeated with these same conductive metal minerals. So it was a very precise operation in preparation for the operation of the Giza Plateau pyramid system. a huge shaft leading down into the bedrock here, with this channel running down the center of it. It goes down into what looks like a cave in here.
Let's go. A little further, at least, to see.
And there are huge deposits. Like here, you can see this black red material here. There's the same over here. So whatever this system is, definitely a part of the functional plan. All right, so now we're back here. You can see another huge vein of iron running through here. And most of the interior of this is restoration work. But we found a good space in between these mastabas where we can walk around back through here. And some of you may be saying, oh, this is dynastic, this isn't relevant. Let me draw your attention to the polygonal masonry of this wall. I mean, these are huge blocks. Again, another myth about the construction of the Egyptian pyramids is that there's no mortar. There's absolutely mortar in all of these structures. I mean, this one is huge. There's mortar in here. Whoa. This is an extremely deep pit. And I can see down at the bottom it leads off in this direction. Let's see if we can get a view from the other side. So it goes underground in this direction here. It's a cool shot. All right, let me take a moment in the shade here. Today I'm smoking the La Colmena again. This is the last one that I had sitting out of my humidor And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take a cigar hiatus because I'm quickly running out of supplies. So this is the last Sunday site visit cigar review for a while. So I'm gonna enjoy this one. And we're gonna continue through this area until someone tells us otherwise. Again, she's been dying to explore this area. You can see her over there filming for Ancient Odysseys. So I'm gonna chill in the shade and smoke this cigar. We'll be right back. All right. And I'm glad we came back here because this structure is immense. And this reminds me very much of Kasar Saga. The Palace of the Goldsmith. Which is constructed from the same type of masonry. Blake's got the flashlight. We'll get her to light that up and so we can see what's down in there. Hey, come check this out. So you can see here and here, there are some openings that go into this mastaba structure, which appear to be air intakes.
They're vertical slits.
Here you can see the size of this thing. Hey, come stand over here for some perspective. And you'll see as Alexa walks along this wall how big this thing is. It's pretty crazy back here. And thankfully I'm extremely caffeinated and getting a little nicotine into the bloodstream now, so my brain is really working. And it just dawned on me a potential realization for the function of these structures that fits quite nicely in the overall global chemical manufacturing industry that I've been investigating. So some pieces are starting to come together. I really had no idea what to anticipate coming over here today, and I wasn't necessarily expecting to find indications of functionality in this area, but it certainly looks like there could be some direct functions of these structures that are tied into the chemical manufacturing and mining operations on the Giza Plateau. All right, moving on. Just so you can kind of see what's in these. All right, and I can see here, it looks like there was a huge enclosure wall surrounding this area. We have some huge pieces of stone. As you can see right in front of me. So the more time that I spend out here, the more I feel like this is a part of the original plan for the Giza Plateau system. And let's look at this huge piece of, look at this. Oh, this is black. Specifically, the ones closest to the pyramid have really, really exceptional masonry. Again, very comparable to what we saw at Casa Saga, the palace of the goldsmith out in the Fayum oasis near Lake Karan. Which may possibly be one of the oldest structures in Egypt. And of course, it does appear that there's smaller, I mean, these are just piles of small stones. So this area certainly could have been repurposed during the dynastic period for burials. You know, inside some of these smaller shafts,
so much to look at back here. It's been a lifetime.
and there in the distance I can see the mastaba of Hemiunu, which will circle back. I just wanted to look at this little stela here. It's poking its head out. So as always on the Giza Plateau, you know, we're looking at layers upon layers of original repurposing, later civilizations that have come along. Dynastic Egyptians, Romans, Greeks, Persians, all have been utilizing this area. But these blocks here, this is the exact same size and quality of blocks that are over here in the pyramid. There's a pretty cool wall of hieroglyphs over here that I know Alexa's going to want to check out. I'm going to finish this cigar and we'll be right back.
Look at that.
Have at it.
Let's go.
This is pretty cool. Let me get a shot of this. So if you want to see the interpretation of those glyphs, go check out Ancient Odysseys. I'm very proud of Alexa. She's learned to read hieroglyphs extremely quickly. And has been working through the process of using the conventional interpretation to extract more esoteric meanings. So all of this that you can see in the front, I was going to say that's restoration, but that actually looks original. This is restoration here in the corner.
Oh, yes.
Restoration, but this is all original.
It's good shape.
Another cover-up building here. Hey, hey. Pretty unusual placement. And we walked down this way to access the wall of the Crow. And this is the mastaba of Hemiunu here. And you could see the numbers as I was presenting in the previous episode 134. There is nomenclature and numerical designations for all of these structures across the plateau for archaeological marking. So for example, G1 and G2, and the satellite pyramids being G1A, G1B, and G1C. And this is it, the mastaba of Hemiunu here. Maybe this one or the next one. I know it's one of these two. That it looks like they're currently using it for storage of archaeological supplies and equipment. And this is a huge structure over here.
All right, everyone, that is it for today's video. This was Sunday Site Visit 68, the architect of the Great Pyramid. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, and in the next episode of the series, I will be explaining the role of the Egyptian pyramids in the terraforming of the Upper Eastern Sahara. This is an episode you do not want to miss, so if you haven't already, please subscribe to The Land of Chem here on YouTube if you're interested in the ancient technology of a lost civilization, utilizing physics and chemistry, and the function of the Egyptian pyramids and other ancient structures from across the world. Don't forget to click that little notification bell, like, comment, and stay tuned. If you want to help support the channel, check out the Land of Chem members only channel and thelandofchem.com if you want to pick up a copy of the book or grab some merch. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my handle is @thelandofchem. Also, don't forget, after you finish watching this video, please go subscribe to our 2 new channels here on YouTube, Egyptian Trash Cats, for all you cat lovers out there, and Egypt Eats for Food Reviews. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you all so much for the support. I think that is it for today's episode, so I will see you next time.
Yo, are you still watching this? Please subscribe to The Land of Chem here on YouTube and click that little notification button. New videos coming out every single week. And check out this other episode. Come on, do it. Do it now.